Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium since 1998, the home of the Ravens. The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go, here in Baltimore. And that one will not be returned over the back line of the end zone. The offense will get the ball at a decent spot, the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Watson going to throw right away. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
2nd and a yard. Off play action, here's Watson. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
They'll motion over Flowers. On 1st and 10, Jackson. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
First and 10 now from the 36. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. It's Watson out of the pistol. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. Past the 40. Derrick Henry. Down the sideline to the 20. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, you talk about being able to flip the field. You won't find many longer runs than this, Mike, that don't end up resulting in a touchdown. He nearly took this all the way. That was incredible.
First and goal, and it's Henry. Marked down at the 6. Now here's second and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
Now it's Jackson. That is caught by the tight end, Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Justin Tucker is the kickoff for Baltimore.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Play action. Watson. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Nick Chubb, the intended target there. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up the key third down? This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
throwing on third down. Watson. And that is incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They snap it to Watson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens will take over here just past the 30. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Off he goes. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Jackson now on second down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. And it'll be third down. To throw is Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. Jackson up top again. He gets that to the veteran Aguilar. And he's going to have the Ravens first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. To the air one more time with Jackson. Now he'll run it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
A loss of 6 yards.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. We'll talk things over before third down. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Ravens going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Fake the handoff. Now Watson. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel...
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working quickly here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Connects on the crosser. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Vacates quickly left side. Gets the feed in. That's a catch. He's contained at the line for no gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. It's Mixon on 2nd down. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Everly's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
First and 10 now from the 30. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 5. Complete, Derek. Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 4th down, snap to Jackson. And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Okay, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Throwing deep for the end zone. He's got it. Oh, what body control.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now Carr. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Coming left is Kamara. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
To throw, it's Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw his Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Geno now to throw. Forced out to his left. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Throwing now is Geno. Finding Smith. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Smith. Dancing to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Now Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Again, Smith. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now Gino. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal. To throw is Smith. Just keeping the play alive. And it's caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be fourth and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the one. They'll sneak it with Smith. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. After the interception, here's Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Smith rolling to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Sticking with Walker on second down. Running right through him. And he goes out right around the 39. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On fourth down, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Walker now on 1st and 10. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down at the 31.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Smith now to throw. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Smith. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Walker fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stand.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Gets past one man. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's Carr to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Now 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things. Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 3rd and 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now Smith. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
Running right, here's Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Dak going to put it up right away. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's into the hands of the veteran Cooks.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now Dowdle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. Dak to throw. Trying to do it himself, but this will come up short. They mark him down right at the line of scrimmage. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here.
And the Giants on 1st and 10, their offense ready to go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another New York Giants.
Throwing is Rattler. He finds his man, complete. It's Pearson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Wide open receiver, complete. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Giants drive the entire length of the field. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. Stroud looks to throw on the first play. And his first pass is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Stroud. The Texans offense ready for 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Play action. Here's Stroud. This one left. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. Yep.
First and 10. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Jonah Williams that time makes the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. They run over center with Robinson. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Kamu Grugier-Hill there on the tackle. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. They'll go again with Robinson. Robinson, a first down and more. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front.
And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. Here's Herbert. Dumps it off to Edwards. Fights loose. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different, because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better, had time to survey the field, and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air is Rattler. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They run out of the gun with Irving. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And quickly, they get to the line. Here's Rattler. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Rattler wants to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Second and 5 at the 22-yard line.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Rattler. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Irving. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Solid opening drive so far. Now can they cash in 1st and goal? Rattler working out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Bucky Irving, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bucs go nearly the length of the field.
Here's 1st and 10. Right to the air. Here's Goff. First down throw there is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On 4th down, Goff